Happy New Year and welcome to Bourbon School. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Brian, and we are ending 2024
Oh God, 2024. Oof.
with a bang.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going hazmat. This might be, besides the 21090 Corbin Cash, this might be our first hazmat bourbon we've ever reviewed. So we're going to do a little Lost Lantern rich grain. We're going to taste it and give it a grade. Coming right up.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's okay.
Okay, so just looking at this sample, which
Yeah.
who sent us this?
This is from Kevin Persh, right up
Thank you,
the street.
Kevin. Oh yeah.
So
Kevin,
thank you, Kevin.
hello. Kevin, I don't know if I'm going to be happy with you after I taste this. 142.2 proof.
Yes.
Have we ever tasted anything this high
No.
before?
No, I don't believe so.
Maybe some rubbing alcohol, some corn whiskey. I don't know. Moonshine.
Yeah, this is the real stuff. It's getting real here.
But I know why they lost the lantern now.
Yeah, because they
I
were
got
drinking
jokes.
this.
All right.
You do. You got jokes for
All right,
days.
tell us about.
So here's the deal with Lost Lantern. Until I picked up this bottle and saw the name on it, did not know anything about Lost Lantern. They are an independent bottler. They do not produce. They are not a distiller. What they do is, it says on their site, they crisscross the country, visiting over 100 distilleries in dozens of states. And basically, they pick whiskeys
And they
to
blend
then put their label on and bottle.
okay.
Sometimes they blend, sometimes they're single barrels.
Okay.
This happens to be a single barrel. Okay, so this particular bottle, let me just get my seal box thing here. This is from Seal Box, so this was a Seal Box exclusive, which they're an online retailer.
Yes.
So this comes from Rich Grain Distilling in Mississippi, and this is a wheated bourbon. It is currently sold out. It went for $129.99, so not crazy.
No.
Like for
Never
a specially
142.
selected single barrel
Yeah.
that's hazmat, I think that's a pretty fair price.
Wait, now what qualifies as hazmat? Is that over 135?
140.
Over 140, okay.
All right. The bottle count on this one was only 72 bottles.
Damn.
So this is an ultra limited run of bottles too. So that even more so for the $129 price tag. If this is good, this might be one where like, I might have taken a chance on this one when it was available, but obviously
Definitely.
it's not anymore. So like you said, it's 142.2 proof, 8 years old. And then the mash bill is 66% Mississippi grown corn, 17% wheat, and 17% malted barley. And I will not get into the tasting notes until we try it. But 142.2, like I said, I don't think I've had, besides the Corbin Cash 21090, we had 140 some proof rye and 150 proof bourbon with them. And it was great. It didn't drink like it. So, but this is the only other time I've had something this high. So
There might be a tipping point, I think, where
Wait, what did you have at Brian Fisher's house? We tried hazmat.
Oh, the Obtainium was 140 or 142, right? That Rob Walker. So yeah, we had an Obtainium whiskey that was like 142 proof or something. So I have had one other, and that one didn't drink like it either.
I think once you hit a certain point, your expectations are kind of like
Well, because
a
you
lot.
can't feel your tongue.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
It becomes a moot point after a while.
Yeah.
you can smell the proof.
Yeah,
on
you
this
can.
one. This,
I keep trying to like back it off.
there is
See
no
if I'm getting
masking
anything else.
that this is a high proof whiskey.
I mean, it's nice and dark in color, so that gives me a little bit of hope.
It
I'm
almost-
almost nervous to try this.
Right, and I don't want to be like insulting to it, but it has a like almost turpentine kind of nose to
It's
it.
pretty strong.
It is not. I don't find. You do get some of the grain and some of the wheat underneath it, but the initial nose
not
is
a
very,
mellow-
very strong ethanol.
Although, I do get a little undercurrent of the weeded.
It is. The more you sip it and the more
Yeah.
you move it around, the more it is coming down. I'm going to do the Ben Walker where he coats the inside of his glass with it. And
The man, the myth, the legend. Okay.
it's definitely smells proofy. You do get some nice aromas though. Let's give it a shot.
Huh. I'm getting fireworks.
Wow.
I like it.
Ooh.
Okay,
Whoa.
that's initial. That's my initial.
Okay, you were scared about it. That's good.
So
Huh.
you definitely get.
I like it.
It's extremely high in the corn, and I think you're getting a very distinct, like, grain corn,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
not in like a youthful grainy way. It is
No.
just very. I like your word, corn forward.
This is corn forward.
Oh,
If you've
yeah.
ever had a corn whiskey, this has some of the scent and the heat of a corn whiskey,
Yes.
but not the burn of a corn whiskey.
And I think what you're getting is, I think you are getting that kind of corn whiskey, but I think the wheat mellows it a little bit and like
Yeah.
rounds it out a little.
I'm pleasantly surprised by this.
It's hot for damn sure.
I'm still getting the heat from it, but it's a bourbon hug. It is not a strip your
Ooh, I
face
can't
off.
wait to try it.
Once it went to the back of my palate, it went right up my nose.
Really?
Like, oh yeah.
See, I didn't have that.
I'm
Let
gonna
me try it
some more.
again.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, take a few
I gotta
steps.
keep going. Okay.
Lauren's tougher than you are.
That's right, Brian. It still smells very alcohol. Like, whew.
You know, and so we did a review before this, and one of the things I said is I can't nail down what I'm tasting, and I wonder we haven't filmed in a while, and I wonder if that's what's going on.
Oh, you filmed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't know.
That wasn't that long ago, Brian.
Yeah, well.
We've gone longer. Okay. I think this has some like passion fruit. There's something lingering. There's a fruity flavor lingering, but it's probably just associated with the wheat.
Yep.
I think I
There is-
really like that wheated sweetness.
There is a fruitiness that's left
Yeah.
after it's gone, for sure.
So the dragon's milk had a lot of fruity flavor.
It's not like that.
It's not like dragon's fruit, but
Fruit.
dragon's milk.
The dragon's milk was right off the bat, like very fruity.
Yeah.
This is like when it's gone, you've got a fruity aroma left in your mouth.
It's almost like, I mean, this is not a great analogy, but like, did you ever have those like sour Altoids where you suck the sour off of it and then it's sweet?
No.
Like this is like hits you with the heat first, and then the heat dissipates a little bit and then it comes back
And then,
as it moves.
but in between,
But in
like when that
between-
heat levels out, you get a
There's a really,
sweetness.
yes.
A real punch of sweetness.
Gosh, I mean, it's
I don't think you're wrong about that passion fruit either. There is an aroma left.
Yeah.
Like when you do that thing where you like kind of breathe
Yeah.
through your mouth and then out your nose with your mouth
try
closed.
to capture the flavor a little bit.
You've got something left there. You definitely get like the corn whiskey flavor, but there is a fruitiness to it. I will say this is nothing if not interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it is unique. And I will say, of the very few hazmat whiskeys that I've had, this one probably most drinks like it is at that high proof. It drinks very high.
It drinks high, it does. But unlike most things that drink this high, there's a dynamic flavor to it that you don't always get with something that is this high. I mean, I feel like you're in the danger zone when you're at 142. Like
Call
you're
Kenny Loggins because
yeah.
you're in the danger zone.
well, you're in danger of it not tasting like anything. And this has some elements to it that are pretty interesting. I think it's pretty good for 142. And what did you say it went for? 130?
129.
Okay.
All right, so if you were going to grade this, what are you going to give it?
Gosh, we filmed one prior to this, and I'm kind of comparing a
Yeah.
little bit. I like this better, so I'm going to give this a B+.
This is way more interesting than the Murray Hill Club.
Yes.
Way more interesting. And maybe that's not a fair comparison. It's 31 proof points higher, so you're
Yeah.
going to get more going on out of it. But the Murray Hill Club at 179 and this at 129,
And so limited in its release, and 142, and just has
it's cool.
some stuff going on that I...
The other thing is it finishes forever. Like it's
I know,
still,
I'm
the flavor is
Yeah.
still there. Like you keep that flavor for a really long time. That's really cool. I think it's
It's
a
a
cool,
pretty cool bourbon.
I'm going to go B+. I might even go A-.
No way, Brian.
I might. Yeah, I think it's I would go A- because it's interesting enough.
It is.
To make me want to buy a bottle that's $130. That's a cool bottle, I think. And it's weird because I'm in a place where it's like This is not the best whiskey I've ever tasted.
No.
It might be one of the most interesting whiskeys I've tasted. And that goes a long way with me because, and we've said this before too, you drink stuff over and over and it's all one note or similar. And this is like one that's like, whoa, off the board.
When you get something different, it certainly catches your eye,
It makes an
especially
impact,
at this point. Like, if it, and you're right, I mean, it's long lasting.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. Yeah.
So
I'm going to settle.
To try.
I'm going to settle on A-. So this is one, if you can find it. Obviously, if somebody is selling, like reselling, it might be a little more than $130. And unfortunately, I think it's probably long gone.
It's probably gone.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting enough where you should at least, if you got a buddy who has it, get a pour of this because I think it's a cool bottle and a good whiskey.
Keep your eye out for Lost Lantern.
Yeah, I think I
doing
will
some
too.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this makes me interested in Lost Lantern because this makes me think, okay, they pick out some cool stuff, you know. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for it. All right.
Okay, if you liked our video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell for notifications.
So you never miss another episode of Bourbon School. Happy New Year, guys. Today is December 30th. So enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe. Have some good pours. Happy New Year. We'll see you.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, and we'll see you on the 1st. We'll have something on the 1st.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.